Hey everyone, once again, outside in nature as usual. You just gotta love it, right? But this time I want to talk to you guys about something that I did last night. Something told me to do this. I just felt in my gut to do it. I drew two pictures. Now it's kind of, it's not a professional type way of drawing. But I can draw. It's just when I come with my own imaginations or whatever, it's not the best. But it's like a kid drawing or something. But I'm gonna show y'all these two real fast. The first one I drew two pictures, basically showing one being true and the other being false. Now this is the one that we were taught. I'm not sure y'all can see. This is the one that we were taught. You got the sun there. You have the sun and you have the planets. And you say the earth is that small. And I was basically showing you guys that the sun, they say the sun is 90 million miles away. And they say it's this big. Like when they show you, when they show you guys on the on the computer, basically, they show y'all that the sun is this big, the earth is that small, the other planets is bigger than bigger than the earth, basically. This is what they show y'all. Now you see how big the sun is compared to our planet. You see how close it is compared to our planet and the two other planets in front of us. You see how big, huge the sun is. Does this look like this? You have to ask yourself, does it look like what you're seeing? Because it doesn't. The sun, if it was 90 million miles away, and the sun is this big, what they showing you, the way they show you like this, the sun should be humongous. It should be, you should be able to see flames come from it if it's that big. It should be hotter than what it is. Because this don't make any sense. How could the sun be this big but look like a small little dot when you look at it in the sky? This is what they taught all of us. This is what we believed in at the time. Well, this is what I believed in at the time. Until I found out the truth. People still trying to figure out the flat earth theory. They're still trying to figure out, how the earth look and everything else. Some people are trying, some people are close, but they still haven't figured it out. Because people think that on the outside of the dome is, I guess you could say, space. But as I told y'all before, this earth is part of heaven. Which means on the outside of this earth is heaven. I want y'all to fully understand what I'm saying when I say that to you. On the outside of this earth is heaven. People out there, they try to give out the best examples of flat earth and everything else. Like I said, they did pretty good, but they didn't fully get it. Like I said to y'all, I go beyond as far as thinking wise. I think beyond what everybody else think. I'm not afraid to think beyond, because thinking beyond something could be the correct thing. And I don't think this is correct what I'm about to show you. I know it's correct. It just make a lot of sense. Because people always say, why does it matter if the earth is flat and not a ball? Well, they're teaching y'all this, saying there's billions and trillions of galaxies and planets and everything else out there. Basically, like, nothing matters. Like, it's hard to find God, or whatever the case may be. That it would take forever to get there. Think about the pictures on Google. When you look up on Google of Jesus coming in the sky, what do you all see? Look it up, and what do you see? You will see the sky open up. You will see the sun get brighter. You will see him standing in front of the sun. Behind him is a light that looks just like the sun. Where is he coming from? He's coming from space? You're telling me that he's coming from space to get here. So Jesus Christ is coming through space. These alien beings is coming from space to get here. No, that's not the case. Heaven is on the outside of this earth. Jesus is coming from the outside of this earth. Or beings are coming from the outside of this earth, which is the dome, through the sun. That's an entrance to get here. I guess you can say a portal, but whatever you want to call it. That's the way to get back and forth to heaven and here. What I'm about to show you guys is the truth. This is my flat earth model. This is my own. Now, when you look at this, just look at it. When you look at this, does this make more sense to you? Or does this make more sense to you? We live inside what you guys see. The stars and the sun is right there. I didn't draw the moon because I didn't want to take up a lot of space. But you see the sun and the stars. I drew this big person here because that's on the outside of the dome. You have giants that's on the outside, and you have some that's a little bit taller than us on the outside of this dome. You have different sizes. So I drew a giant just to show you the comparison of how small we are inside of this dome. There's water on top. Basically, we're reusing the same water that's on this earth itself. These are the buildings that I drew. Basically, the Crystal City that I was telling you guys about. The city is huge, so I drew big buildings. I drew grass because it's part of heaven. Outside of heaven is grass. Just look at these lands on this earth. It's green. It's land. This is land too. The green grass is land. This is land. It's part of earth. This is the truth. The rays you see coming from the sun, that make more sense than what they show y'all on this model. The rays going like that. Look at these rays. This make a lot more sense. The sun is that close. And every time you see sun rays coming from the sun, hitting through the clouds, what do? They don't go straight down. You don't see a light coming straight down. You see the rays spreading, just like this, from the clouds. The rays are spreading, just like this. They spread out. because it's close. It's right there in your face. That's the sun right there. It's right there. This light is coming from heaven itself. So these rays, this light that's in the middle, that's a hole in the dome right here. This is the hole in the dome. The light from outside is heaven, and it's real bright. It's extremely bright. As y'all can see, it's extremely bright in heaven. So all you see is that light. That's the hole in the dome that they keep telling you guys about. That is a hole in the ozone there. They're telling you that's the hole. That's not a ball of fire. Do you? Just a second. Sorry about that, but I forgot what I was explaining, but it's okay because it will come back because I just came from inside the house. I was putting the paper back up in the house, but as I was saying, which I forgot, I just want you guys to understand. I'm gonna keep putting this in your head because it's the truth. The sun is light from heaven itself. You look at heaven every day and you don't even know it. The reason you can't see heaven is because the light is so bright, so you cannot see it. But if you were to dim it down, you would be able to see something. You probably see the sky of heaven. Because you're looking up, of course you're going to see the sky of it. You might not see any buildings or anything. You might just see the cloud on the sky. I'm going to give y'all a perfect example of something. It's on Google. When you look up on Google, it would show heaven on the outside. But it would show heaven in space. The way they show y'all is the heaven appears in the sky. Like it's in space or something like that, like it's a holograph or a hologram. But what they showing y'all is the truth. They showing y'all the truth, but they also mix lies in it. What I mean is, what I just explained, they have pictures of heaven and earth, and they have where the clouds part, and you see heaven. You see a golden building, which is the Crystal City I was telling y'all about. That's the Crystal City. That's the golden. It's all golden or crystal light. They know what they're doing. They seen it. They know what's going on. They know what's on the outside of this dome. These elite people, all of them, they know. They don't want y'all to know though. So they came up with this space thing. You're going to outer space and all this other stuff. Basically, to make it seem like there's no heaven. But they show you guys that for a reason. I'm gonna show you all the picture that I'm talking about in a few. That's showing y'all that this dome is keeping what we call heaven away from us, as in we can't see it because of this dome. But if that light was not bright and it was dim, you would see it. They don't want y'all to know that on the outside of this earth is heaven. They do not want y'all to know that. And that should hurt y'all so bad, because heaven is right on the outside of this dome. It's right there. We are on it already. That's what you all do not realize. You need to wake up and understand that we're already living in heaven. It's just this part got covered up because of Satan wanting to take over all of heaven. He got greedy. He felt he deserved more than what he was getting. I'm telling you, on the outside of this earth is heaven itself. is heaven itself. You know, some of the breeze that you feel, some of this air is coming from the sun itself. And some of it is coming from the center of the earth. There's a breeze that comes from the sun, which is coming from heaven. That's why the air feels so good, and you can't see it because you're not awakened. You know, people don't understand this as well. People talk about seeing angels and stuff like that, and seeing other things that you cannot see with your human eyes because you're not awakened. And the people that do see it is because they start to awaken. They start to see these things, or these beings allow themselves to be seen. I want y'all to understand. Just think about this. Why can't you see the air? Where is the air coming from? Where is it coming from? You can't see air, but it's there, right? You cannot see it, but it's there. You want to know why you can't see air? Because the air is spiritual. It's coming from heaven. If something is spiritual, what does that mean? That means you can't see it with your naked eyes. With the eyes that you have at the moment that's closed, you can't see it because you're corrupted. Sometimes I can see the air, and I'm not lying to you. I can look down and see the air. It looks like smoke. I can't really explain it, but it looks like it's alive. The air that I see on the ground, it looks like it's alive. I can see the air sometimes. I'm not lying to you. This air is alive. It's not man-made or anything. It's coming from heaven itself. I'm telling you, this is the truth. The reason you can't see it is because your eyes are not spiritual. You don't have spiritual eyes to see them. Just think about that. This is one thing you cannot see with your naked eye, and that's the air. You breathe it in, and everything else. It gives you oxygen, what they call oxygen, but it's actually giving you life. Just think about what I'm saying. The reason you can't see it is because you don't have spiritual eyes. You're not awakened. That's why you can't see it. If you can see the air, as in you see I'm gonna let you know what I see. When I see this air, I see it's everywhere. It blows. It doesn't blow in one direction. It's actually everywhere. And it looks like, it don't look like smoke. It looks like it's alive. I can't really explain what I see, but the air looks like it's alive. The way it moves so smoothly. It doesn't move like, you know how when you're in the freezer and you see that, the air coming from your breath and everything, the fog. It doesn't look like that. What I see is different from fog and anything else. It looks like it's, like I said, it looks like it's alive. And it blows so smoothly. You can see it. It don't blow all hard. It blows smooth. It's like wavy, and I cannot explain it because you have to see it for yourself in order to understand what I'm saying. But I'm telling the truth if I'm explaining it to you. The way I'm explaining it is different from anything you ever heard before. So I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you all the truth of what I see. Sometimes I see it in the grass or I see it on the concrete. I will see the air. I can literally see it. But the air looks like it's alive. And it's coming from heaven itself. That's why the breeze feels so good. It makes you feel so good inside. When you inhale it, it feels like it's giving you life. It's because it's coming from heaven itself. That's why. You have to understand that the sun is heaven itself, as in light. And it's warm in heaven. That's the heat that we feel. But it don't get to 100 and some degrees. That's something that man is doing. They're messing with the weather. I'm telling you guys, this is the truth. Once I pass on, whenever someone takes my life or I end up just dying or whatever, I'm not coming back to this earth. I'm going to find my way out of here, which is the sun. Now that I know how to get out of here, I'm going to keep that in my mind to know how to escape here. And that's the sun. I would not be brought back here. I would not go through that light to get tricked to come back here. I would not let them use someone that I love the most on this earth to trick me to come back here, whether they're deceased or not. I would not come back here because of them. I'm the one that matters. I need to free myself. I can't think about my family that's here on this earth. This is not my home. This is not where I belong. I would not come back here. Now that I know the truth and I'm awakened, this time I'm not coming back here. My past lives, I was not awakened. I was corrupted into this earth, so I kept coming back here. This is the only time I ever awakened and realized who I am again. So now that I know, I'm not coming back to this earth anymore. My message, it will pass on. Someone will take over and explain everything that I know, that I've been teaching. Because what I've been teaching is the truth. Someone will take over once I'm gone from this earth. Hopefully that person can change everything on this earth. Because if my information is not doing it now, hopefully by the time I'm gone or while I'm here, hopefully things will change. But if it doesn't, the next person will take over. All my information they will have. They can go on my Facebook, they can go on my YouTube and get all the information they need to figure out everything that I was coming up with and tell the people themselves as well. The same thing that I was saying, they just spread the message. And they keep doing it until things change on this earth. And I would just basically watch over everybody. That's heaven. That's the way out. And in the center of the earth is the only place that's not corrupted. The center, which is what they call the North and South Pole. The center of the earth is where it's not corrupted at. That's where the Garden of Eden is. That's the only place that's not corrupted. But they're keeping us away from there because they don't want us to be free. Now that you all know the truth, and I'm going to keep putting this into y'all ears because it's the truth. What are you going to do? Are you still going to just sit there and not do anything? Not say anything? Not question anything? All because you fear God and reading the Bible the wrong way. You're not reading the correct way. The Bible is basically your past lives. That's all it is our past lives. It's explaining what happened in our time back then, thousands of years ago. You're still in the same boat that you were in thousands of years ago. Look, this is a perfect example. Look, see how the Creator works? You see how the sun and the rays is going? You see it's going the opposite way. It's not going straight down. The rays are actually going outward this way because it's close. You can see it. I think the creator for this was meant to happen. This was meant to happen. I don't care what none of y'all say. This was meant to happen. Look. He did it in a way to show you guys the truth. Because the clouds didn't even have to do that right now. But it did it at this right at the moment that I'm talking about this happens. You see the rays? Look at the rays. It's spreading outward. It's not coming straight down. Y'all just saw it. The creator is with me, and I know it. And that's all that matters. Y'all just seen the rays that I explained, that I drew. I drew it out and showed you guys the same thing that you're seeing right here. If you look at it closely, you can still see it. Just look closely. If you had to pause the video, pause it. Look back if you have to see the rays and see how they spread out. You can see the dark rays coming from the clouds itself, the shadow of it. You can see it. I told you guys I would not lie to you. I'm not a man that would lie about things like this. I'm telling you all the truth. I love you guys so much. I just want you all to be free. All you have to do is wake up and realize what's going on. What I'm telling you is the truth. And do something about it instead of just sitting there and not doing anything. The creator just showed you guys on camera that I'm telling the truth. So he put the clouds in front of the sun for me to see the rays, for you guys to see it as well. And you can still see the rays. I can still see them. I can still see the rays. This is amazing because everything is all this is happening for a reason. And it's proving that I'm telling the truth. I'm telling you all the truth. That was meant to happen. I love you guys. I'm about to go back inside. Please spread this message. Spread everything that I'm telling you guys. It's the truth. You will all be free once you wake up. Even if everybody don't wake up, if you wake up and live your life the right way, you will be free from this earth and you will be outside the dome. You will be in what they call heaven or paradise. You will be there. But you have to awaken yourself, not be into this earth as in material things, money, drugs, all these things. You have to let all that go to leave this earth. You have to let it go. If you don't let none of that stuff go, you're still into the earth. You're still into this system. Until you let that go and think about getting out of here, think about your future life out of this dome, you will be free. I'm telling you, this is the truth. You have to let everything go. Let all this stuff go. And wake up. Look at the sun. I can still see the rays. And the sun is not even in front. The cloud is not even in front of the moon. The sun, I mean. You can see the rays right there. If you had to pause it, you can see it. I love you guys. I'm going to go back inside once again. And you all take care.